Lips versus heart. Why modern Christianity is not the Christianity of Antioch. Matthew 16 through 20. Acts 11:26. Matthew 15:8. Higher realm versus sky-based religion. Today I want to show you something that explains the entire divide between the Christianity of the Bible and the Christianity of today. Because in the Bible, they were called Christians because they lived like Christ. But today, people are called Christians even when they break God's laws. And the reason is simple. Modern Christianity is lip-based. Biblical Christianity is heart-based. Jesus said, they honor me with their lips, but their hearts are far from me. And when you understand Matthew 16, verses 16 through 20, you see why the early disciples would have never called themselves Christians, and why Antioch had to give them that name. Let's walk through it. Matthew 16, 16 through 20. Jesus gave them the keys, not a label. Peter confesses, "You are the Christ, the Son of the living God." Jesus responds, "Flesh and blood didn't reveal this to you. My Father revealed it. On this rock, I will build my church. I give you the kingdom keys. Tell no man that I am the Christ." Now watch the revelation. If Jesus told them not to announce him publicly, they would have never named themselves after him publicly. They weren't building a religion. They weren't forming a brand. They weren't creating an identity label. They were walking in obedience, revelation, inward alignment, higher realm understanding, not self-chosen titles. Jesus gave them keys, not a name. He gave them authority, revelation, access, kingdom understanding. He did not give them Christian, a denominational identity, a religious label. The early believers walked in authority, not branding. Jesus told them to keep the revelation inward. Tell no man. Why? Because the revelation was inward, spiritual, higher realm, remnant level, not for public branding. This alone proves they would have never called themselves Christians. Antioch, the name came from outside observers. Acts 11:26 says, the disciples were called Christians first in Antioch. Not they called themselves Christians. They adopted the name Christian. They formed Christianity. They were called Christians. By who? People watching them. Why? Because their behavior matched Christ, not because they labeled themselves. Antioch saw obedience, righteousness, covenant keeping, Christ-like character. They saw fruit, not claims. This is heart-based identity. Modern Christianity is lip-based, not heart-based. Today, Christianity is defined by saying I believe, saying I accept Jesus, saying I'm saved, saying I'm a Christian. But Jesus said, they honor me with their lips, but their hearts are far from me. Modern Christianity is outward, verbal, emotional, sky-based, identity-based. But biblical Christianity is inward, obedient, covenant-based, heart-based, fruit-based. Today, people are called Christians because of what they say. In the Bible, people were called Christians because of how they lived. Sky-based religion created sky-based Christianity. Sky-based Christianity says, look up, say the prayer, believe in your heart, you're saved, you're a Christian. No obedience, no transformation, no covenant, no inward realm. But scripture teaches obedience imply transformation, imply identity. That is inward, that is higher realm, that is remnant. Sky-based Christianity is lip-based. Higher realm Christianity is heart-based. Why YouTube and the world filter through the majority? Platforms don't filter by truth. They filter by familiarity. They ask, is this what most Christians sound like? Is this the tone we'd recognize? Is this the safe version? Is this the majority voice? And with 2+ billion followers, the majority version becomes the authoritative version. So the filter becomes Christianity equal the popular version, not the biblical version. Algorithms reward familiar language, emotional tone, sky-based messaging, outward Christianity. They cannot detect obedience, covenant, inward realm, remnant identity, heart-based transformation. So the remnant gets suppressed not because it's wrong, but because it's unfamiliar. The remnant is heart-based, not lip-based. The remnant walks in inward obedience, inward alignment, inward covenant, inward transformation, inward realm. The remnant live the way Antioch lived. The remnant is recognized by fruit, obedience, righteousness, covenant keeping, Christ-like behavior. Not by labels, not by claims, not by lip service. This is this is why the remnant is always misunderstood. This is why the remnant is always miscategorized. This is why the remnant is always filtered incorrectly. The world sees lips. God sees hearts. So in conclusion, Matthew 16 proves the disciples would have never called themselves Christians. Acts 11 proves the world only used that name because of their obedience. Jesus' words prove modern Christianity is lip-based, not heart-based. But the remnant still walks in the realm where God actually speaks, the inward realm, the higher realm, the realm of obedience. This is the clarity. This is the distinction. This is the remnant's understanding.